lay down and stretched along the bed. Now he felt his soaring bones. The knot under his toe is a cutlet too. Dismayed muscles, aching from tendon to insertion, those shaft warps, 6 centimeter long cells of quadriceps. Does he have a quadriceps at all? Shrunk, died. His foot nails are conchs with several layers. Pearls should be inside. All tendons squeezed, ropes, nodes. He could have been stretched out on the bar ends of some railway station to be map, hydrography, distant rivers. It must be so that he turns the bed, puts the lamp on the floor, wrote the hour schedule on a paper. He was asked to stay silent. He tries, doing his best. One letter, two, and another two. Oh, here the train is, train. They invented something else. Half of his head is also calling the train, tren. When young, his mother often told him, when he was about going to his friends, "My, why they go there? They've got enough trouble." "Mamma, why they look just at the trouble I go for Mary." "You think so. They don't show you. Don't you stay too much at no place." After such discussions, he went away from home for weeks. When around 25, 30, nobody cared. Then he left, came here, went no more home. Not even him would have believed this about himself before. Strolling, occasionally dreaming with his father, who argued, "Aren't you ashamed? Till when you want to live for free?" This in the early stage, long ago. Now he's smiling over these dreams. Till when? When? For a few more years. It's free. Sometimes he remembers the places. He forgot them, of course. Meanwhile, in the rush, he realized that nothing is so important to be kept in mind. If it is, it'll be preserved. Will come back from itself. If not, well, there are plenty of garbage stores on this world. He didn't care what he ate. Forgot hunger. Forgot worrying about. Even being tranquil he forgot, or if he was, he merged his attention into something else. Instead, occasionally he saw back past places with uttering clearness. On this place, a stable from the distant years. It happened in this country. Didn't knew yet the cutlet's name. He went, hitchhiked, was put out after a hill. He had enough of the city. With all these wanderings around, he already knew he'd make up in the countryside too. So clenched the door, waved to the driver and looked around. 20 houses all of stone, hill with church, far away flat edifices. Well, how do you do? He asked himself. They talked often. And what are you doing? Stealing time. Please. Such a pathetic answer. You're fine, are you? Yes. That's what matters. Then turned into a monologue, a pathetic one despite his previous remark. Remus, Remus, is here any Romul da Romulus, or were you born in vain? This life is wonderful only if you know what to do, or then it is boring. Take a deep breath of this clear air. Here he already loved. A camion has passed nearby. Bulgari. What do these people search here? Just for you? Or even less? Come on, don't ask so much. You'd better look around. The old story first. What you wanna do? Nothing. Fine, this is easy. Second, where are you gonna sleep? You still need this. Here is not so fast to get presented to Rositas. You can say, of course, that you're coming from that notorious city, where anyone young it may be is instantly known and has loved her from the first night of his arrival. He was 35, oh way. Your outlook is potato. You'd need, let's play theatre, you'd need, if we were 100 years before, something outfolded. No, copper buttons. I saw copper buttons a week ago. They still exist. Do you believe, Remus? There still exists a shop where you got sold the neck, the sleeves, maybe also front laces of the shirt separately. And certainly buttons, like jewels in the vitrine. No buttons, no bills, but heels, dedicated to Rosita. He circled the houses. Rosita is not here. Heels of her neither, at least for now. Where do we sleep, king? The houses seemed very closed. Should he hitchhike further? Zero map, zero knowledge. Language, he didn't know the word for chop, but already invented out himself in any case. They discovered that he's not from here. Should he play the outsider? Eventually work. Does here work anyone for a daily payment? He's not mastering any machine. Do they work with wood there? Wood fabric? This might be a question for a start. Good evening, please. I am searching for a provisory engagement. Had been working in wood industry for a while, coming from this and this place, and had been directed towards this zone because we've been many there. Do you know such a factory around? And having this asked, he thought he might add, the way is long. May I stay for the night? I could help around the house. How romantic. But it didn't turn out like this. He passed a few yards, could not even ring, they were closed. Finally arrived at one where there was movement. They peeped him suspiciously. At uttering the wood pre-working factory's name, he blogged, forgot it. Wood. What is it, wood? You want to gather wood? No, to work. We have nothing to. What works with wood? He mimed sewing. What? I don't understand. A middle-aged man just got out from the car that arrived in. You got problems? To what the first man spoke. Sir, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Remus raised his sight. He was about to spell that word from the previous moment that he could even cut trunks. He smelled the smoke, but shut up. Yes, thank you. Bambled and passed the gate. Breath one. Well, here not. But hey, indeed, I can split some trunks. In the next yard, they had their trunks already split when at the carriage. He tried the factory idea too. Nothing. Finally he asked to sleep. No, smiled the owner and hurried to close up. Darkening day. Around evening is harder. Twilight all shapes are dubious. He asked at 2 more places, but family members were falling home and his knocking became more and more unpleasant. If it was worth it all, if they had heard anything inside the dining room, at 20-meter distance from the main gate. Evening comes, full twilight. Everyone is aside. Blackening leaves too swing on the strawberry tree. Buzzing a bug around, knocks the wool, sees the sound. And the silence thickens with the blue you see. Sing János, doodle-doo. The moon is here too. I'm hungry a bit. It's cold too. What's now? What shall it be? There are stables. Hence his choice fall on one of these abandoned buildings. What a prince I am, he smiled when he perceived relatively close a big noodle of dried grass, cylinders wrapped into plastic. When they rolled down one and rolled it into the house among the ruined walls until a man-sized door-like opening, I should have a look what's inside. Are you afraid of dark? Rats or snake? Let's make some noise. With measure, of course. I have a light, so it makes good, carefully. He lifted it towards the full moon, a plastic transparent fire scratcher, cheap. He'd bought it from a Chinese. Hope they didn't spare out the flint from it. Gas, it still has. Along the wall, hit all stones from 1/2 meter above the earth. Stepped in and made at firelight. He could see that the place was empty. Moonlight crossed the walls in shafts around the holes, giving somewhere race stripes. Don't even need a lamp. Moon, like neon. Romantic. So listen, keep silent. Here no one comes. Tomorrow will be somehow. Now you need to sleep. Sleep, understand? This is the most important. To be able to be attentive tomorrow, because tomorrow you'll be hungry. It's a little cold. Pulled his shoulders, then tensed them back, stretched his column too. He has one more pullover, a scarf around his neck, the bag on his back. The bag is needed. He arranged it to the spine to cover from wind. The scarf comes around his head. The left pullover is welcome too. He remembered when he had time to think upon his decisions. Should he be quirky or not? And the next question, does he work being quirky? This is absurd, he tittered. Thus far his experiences had shown that witness too requires to be exercised. Just like piano or canto, had some acquaintances, as way it turns out bad. Like when the once guilter is punished. This is not like he loved, this is exactly that. Yet now is no time for such theories. Now is now. Today's today, he told himself. Midnight might have passed. Before midnight is tomorrow, but after it, we've reached today and need urgently to sleep. Because then it means it's already today when he's moving away. This is just a few hours. Where is that stray pack? Oh, grass, so what? Stepped out the hole. Yup, it's tied up. We'll cut that. I have a pocket knife. Ha, such a prince I am. It falls apart. Let's roll it to an unobserved corner. He sliced the plastic on a part, threw out a big bull-size amount, which he dragged inside in his arms and lap. Half of it got spread around the entrance of the hole. Meanwhile his body had warmed up, and he was about to lose his temper. Soon is morning. I'm spending the night here with the grasses. Pushed together some enough for a lay in the corner. A little more. If I fall asleep and draught is coming in through the hole of some empty stone, it's so unpleasant to wake up.